Good evening, Sunday viewers, and welcome to JDTV, and a portion of which is on YouTube, one of my favourite TV channels. Well, it's been the hottest weekend of the year-ish. Well, that got hot for little bits, didn't it? And then cold. You have to take a whole wardrobe out with you. Is this what the summer is now, isn't it? It's a couple of days. Anyway, it has been hot. There's been a big high pressure going across the from the southwest of the country up towards Norfolk, and of course that brings flat and calm seas. And of course, what do we get? 3,500 immigrants this year have crossed the Channel. Okay, by the end of the year, they say it's going to be 7,000. Listen to this: 7,500 asylum seekers. That's people coming here because they don't feel safe in their own countries. I wonder if there's a lot of people here now that are not feeling safe in their own country, the place of their birth. So maybe we should get on boats and paddle back the other way. A bit of sunshine more than 2 days a year might do us the world of good. How bad is the Sudan really once we get there and take over and make it, well, not take over, but if we go there, there'd be no one there anyway. We'd just stroll up the beach and build fantastic places with air conditioning and water and no one killing one another every 2 minutes. Anyway, have you noticed there are all these illegal immigrants that all look the same age and the same size? And no one seems concerned, apart from, I have to say it again, Nigel Farage, who goes down there and films it and complains. He's not even an MP. Why aren't people concerned? Why is it? There was some silly cow on there the other day. She's supposed to be some comedian from X Factor or something, some fucking comedian. Anyway, she is saying that Nigel Farage lacks compassion. Well, you lack an act, dear. Go off and go and work in Lidl's or somewhere like that, and then perhaps you could, Lidl's, Lidl's, love, you're a comedian, you must do jokes about people with no money, mustn't you? Or you're probably one of them lefty ones. Lidl's is like a food bank with tills, Don't get me on food banks. Do you not think we ought to stop food banks? You're right, it is an embarrassment, and Labour politicians say this all the time. It's an embarrassment that this country should have food banks. And guess who those people who go to the food banks vote for? So maybe you should do something. They don't really want food banks, they just want anything free. But better to sort people out than food banks is to have widescreen TV bank, an iPhone bank and fags, okay? So people then can spend money on food rather than the other way around, get free food and spend it on everything else. Oh, I'm really poor. We're living in a house that's 80% fucking plasma. I don't think so. So what are we going to do about these illegal immigrants? What do we do? Right. Can we send them back to France? No. They don't want to go to France. They want to come here. They march across really, really nice countries to come to England. And do you know why? Because of you Labour Party lefty and you tree-hugging fucking people sending out a message that it's okay to come here. Of course, what does the Conservative Party do? Oh, we have to agree. Not only do we give 0.7% of our GDP to foreign aid. I understand the foreign aid, I get that, and it gets us a seat at an important table. But how much are these immigrants are going to cost? When you think it costs £38,000 to keep a guy in prison, how much does it cost to keep an illegal immigrant in a 4-star hotel in Bromsgrove? Mind you, to see a 4-star hotel in Bromsgrove, I'll show my arse in Woolworths. I don't know where they got 4 stars. Probably count them through the hole in the fucking roof of a night. But if you think, why come here? Because we're a soft touch. We are the soft touch of Europe. That's continental Europe. I wonder if we'll be the soft touch when we actually leave on January the 1st. I hope Michael Gove and someone gets to grips with this. Don't just leave it to the Home Office. There's more to it than the Home Office, okay? We've got to stop having Britain being a soft touch. Come there. Let's have a look. There's a geezer here, and I write these things down so I don't get it. There's a bloke from Pakistan, right? His name is Sajid Ali Khan. Sounds familiar. What? Now, why he wants to leave Pakistan? Pakistan's good, isn't it? It's nice. They're all happy there in Pakistan, etc. Yes, well, apparently, maybe he's got tickets for the test match. And he's fucked again because that's in lockdown. You can't see it. So you watch cricket with no crowd noise. Not noticed any difference, really. Cricket, yeah. Right, so this guy, Mr. What's his name? London name, isn't it? Sajid Ali Khan, yeah, that's him. Right, he said he paid 2,000 euros to an Iranian bloke who said he can do as many trips as possible. So not only because he come here as an illegal immigrant, he could nip back for a fucking holiday in the sunshine when we've only got 2 days of sunshine here. So why come to England, right? We come to England, I think, Mr. Ali Khan and his friends, and bring all their little habits with them, is because some idiot from Labour, Conservative MP this time, and stood there, a minister, at the dispatch box saying how proud he was that we have an illegal immigrant system, that people are brought in, thousands and thousands of people. Well, I don't think we want that, Mr. Minister. I don't think we want immigrants coming in. Most of them are liars. They're not processed. We don't know where they go. Yes, there's the odd exception. But if someone wants to come here as an asylum seeker, do it on land. Fill the forms in properly. Let's have due process. Not just paddle across in some inflatable. Anyway, this... And so they've said to Mr. Ali Khan, why do you want to come to England? Well, it's written there, isn't it? Not just written in the stars, but it's written. He said... Or someone said, there's nothing for us in France. Fair one, I'm getting to like this guy more. And when asked why England, he said, look at the name of the Mayor of London. What's that? If that's not a buying signal. In fact, look at the mayors of most of the towns, especially up north. What's that tell you? Preston's in lockdown. Oh, fuck me, that's a shock. Right, so now people now are moaning, not about illegal immigrants coming in. Do you know what they're moaning about in the paper? With their pictures? People flocking the beaches in Bournemouth on the hottest 2 days of the year. Can you blame them? The answer is no. So what we've got to do, we've got to unblock those beaches, okay? Unblock Bournemouth, unblock Swanwick, unblock all those places and get yourselves up to Hastings and Kent. Have thousands of fucking people lying in the beaches, then these fuckers in their inflatables won't have anywhere to land, okay? In fact, don't take sun cream, take an air rifle. For the inflatables, that'll sort it out. In fact, better still, let's get the BLM there. Family Friends Forever, or something, whatever they're called. The guys in the black, get them marching up and down the fucking High Street in Hastings. That'll get rid of them. I see they've got a new slogan, by the way, the old FFF. Right, listen to this. This is a real cracker, this. Must have took a while to think this up. How many joints went down before this fucking slogan came up? I've no idea. Cops are ops. Well, that'll get the police down on one knee again, won't it, eh? And this, cops are ops, and the marching about. This is in a week, right, where a woman has been slagged off because she's been on that awful Zoom thing, doing a little concert on the piano. And do you know what song they complained about? Yes, the Camptown ladies sing this song, doo-dah, because it represents blackface. Yes, it represents something in history. How dare it? So let's have her killed, you know, and thrown onto the beach. Right, and this is on the night where one person stabbed to death, 2 other people stabbed at, guess what, a Jamaican independence party. Right? Now, the leader of the Family Forever, the guys in black, who I think look quite cool, but I think their motives are a bit daft, really. And we've got to stop it, otherwise you're going to come up to guys dressed in white. Right, here we go. He says he has 100 martial artists trained. 100 martial artists trained to replace the police. Okay, they want to replace the police. So let's do a little experiment to see if you're right, to see if you never know. These guys could be right. So what we do, Brixton, let's take Brixton. That's got quite a dark population, hasn't it? A lot of black guys. And that is where that clenched fist, woo, dark glasses, that scary, look at us, we're the SAS. Anyway, let's try a little experiment. Let's remove the police from Brixton and surrounding areas in southwest London and let these guys take over. All right? That's all right, isn't it? And then maybe don't let any white people in there at all. How about, will that be better? If you want to defund the police, right, just don't let white people in either, I suppose, really. And then Channel 4 can make a documentary, because you don't see many white people on Channel 4 News, do you? I nearly saw something about a white person on the news the other day, but now it's turned into a mouthpiece for minority, and good for them to do that. I just don't fucking watch it because I think it's causing shit and grief. Anyway, so Channel 4, you go down, Channel 4 News, you go down and film it, Black Lives Matter are going to police Brixton. It might work. It might work. Why not? But I wouldn't leave your cameras in the fucking boot of your car overnight. So, this is what we've got here before we say goodbye to the people on YouTube. We've got BLM wanting to defund the police, terrorists of colour, basically Muslim terrorists, and 7,500 asylum seekers a year coming in. So please explain to me, someone, why, and I quote, the biggest threat to this country is right-wing terrorism. Do you know what? This country's getting unbearable, isn't it? Someone will say, fuck off then. Okay, see ya. I'm off to JDTV. www.jd, I think. Oh, somewhere, you'll find it. www.jimdavidson.uk. There, I did it. See you over there. I don't care, do I?